Hi guys, good morning, welcome to my video. It is October the 24th, Thursday. I'm off work today, which is amazing. 2 days off in a row is always lovely. And I've got 3 shifts, 2 of which are 10-hour shifts. And then I'm off for a full 7 days, which is going to be wonderful because I've got a lot of things to get making in this time. I finished up and posted my video yesterday, so thank you to everybody who's watched and commented on that. And thank you to the people who have pre-ordered my Flossmas box, which I'm going to shamelessly plug for the next perhaps 2 weeks, and then I will quit plugging it and they should be in the post and on their way to the people. So to go along with my Flossmas, in case you haven't just watched my other video, I am producing a small box with, well, 2 boxes with 6 items that will be part of my Flossmas open with me sort of thing as Flossmas goes on. I open my packets every other day and give away the contents. Just a tiny disclaimer, if you've bought a box from me and you comment on my video, still please comment on my videos and be entered into the lucky dip. I will know what I have sent each person. I'm going to actually keep a track of what I send each person. So if you actually come up in the giveaway as a winner, I will still send you a prize, but it will be a different one if it is one that is already in the packet you've got, if you understand. So please, if you've bought a box from me, don't be put off from commenting and entering the giveaway every day, every other day on my Flossmas. I will fix it so that you don't end up with 2 identical items if you spin and win. I will be, as I've done my spinny thing this month, I now know how to screen record. Can't believe I didn't know how to do it before. So I'll be able to put up my. I like to show that I'm not fudging. not that I do. I don't think you'd think I'd ever do that, but I'll put up my my lucky spin, my lucky dip comment pickers up on the screen every other day when I give away the little prizes. That's by the by. Thank you for the people who pre-ordered. The pre-orders are open. I just plonked in. You have to put a number of items, so I just went right. Yeah, as many as do. So I have a few pre-orders. Today I'm going to cut out my fabrics for the fabric items that will adorn the box. And I've just made an Amazon order for magnets and other bits and pieces that I require to produce the things I want to make to put in the boxes. So that's great. All good, all good. Yesterday I spun the sea beacon, which I had not stitched on for I think probably a full year. And when I went into Pattern Keeper after I finished my video, it turned out I had stitches that were physically stitched on the piece that hadn't been marked off on Pattern Keeper. So I marked them all off and it came out at, give or take, almost exactly 500 stitches. So I marked them off on Pattern Keeper, which obviously upped the percentage finish by 1% because it's a 49, I think, thousand stitch piece. So 500 stitches is 1%. Is it? Yes, it's 1%. So that's neither here nor there. But I obviously, when it said number of stitches stitched today, I took 500 off because I didn't stitch them. I've stitched them previously, so I can't take credit for yesterday. So I actually stitched yesterday 771 stitches, which took me to 25.16, so a quarter finished. And then this morning, I've already stitched 400 stitches, so it's now at 26.06%. So she's here. And I filled in one of the 939 boxes up here. This was when my video was processing. Now, my phone doesn't like to process the video. It needs all its memory. So if I've got another application open like Pattern Keeper, it can stall. And then when I reopen the editing software, it'll like wake up and carry on. So I've learned that after I finished editing and I'm converting the video into a usable video, as it were, not to fuss on too much with my phone. So I just filled in a 939 block, and then since then I've done quite a bit here. This is No, I didn't. These were the stitches here that I'd already stitched. I think I've neatened up this box a bit. So that is all 3089. It down here, this is 3808. 3809 here, 3808 here. And basically I've gone round the edge of where the 3808 is. And now I can just, oh my God, there is a window cleaner next door putting up very loud ladders. I apologise. I am in the conservatory holding up stitching and filming. Doesn't matter, I will never see that human person ever again probably, and he is not the slightest bit interested in me. He is actually one of the local window cleaners I actually recognise. Oh well. This bit here is a different colour and these bits here are a different colour, but this chunk and these here, I can fill them in now without looking. So that's Sea Beacon and that's where we got to on her. I've left my needles in. I've still got 2 long lengths of thread on her, so I possibly might finish them off today, depending on how I'm feeling. Yesterday also, I put in 926 stitches into the Emma Congdon piece, Everything is Better with a Little Bit of Magic, that I have rediscovered after purchasing the pattern for the second time. It's now at 39.67, so nearly 40% done, and it's here. So I did what I said I was going to do. I filled in the yellow on the middle of these 3 letters here. I filled in the rest of the pumpkin, and the yellow finished off in the leg of the witch that's flying out that side. I then did the rest of the black. I finished off the bat. I think it was the black down the side of the G, the I and the C, and then that finished off my black down. I didn't finish off my black down there. My black's up here now, but I've got like 15 stitches left on there. But I didn't, last night I was tired, I wanted to go to bed, I didn't bother doing those last few stitches. I think I probably will, because it would be lovely to leave it at 40%, and we're at 0.67. So I think I might just take this over the line to 40% before I pop it away. But this is coming out before Halloween next year. I would like this finished for Halloween next year. That's going to be one of my whip goes. And we just have to cross our fingers that it spins before October, because I would like this finished. I might put it on twice, just to be sure that it comes up before October. Okay, so this morning, well, about 10 minutes ago, I did my spin, which I'm going to put up just here, and you can see how few full coverage projects I have left. I think I only have 3 now. But today we've spun the Amazing Animal Kingdom, which I have not stitched on for, I think, 2 years. It was one of the first that I could put straight into my pattern keeper on my new phone. Oh, there's a needle in, that's nice. Because I had not stitched on it for so long, the pattern keeper update file was the same. So I could just upload it straight in after I had to get a new phone, after my phone collapsed itself. So the Amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf. The Amazing Animal, oh my goodness me, hang on. There we go, I actually just checked. It is called The Amazing Animal Kingdom. There isn't bookshelf in the title, but it is an Amy Stewart bookshelf from Haid. This is, my version is standard size max colour, which I'm doing because I decided that doing, oh God, there's window cleaners everywhere. I don't think they come here. I don't think we have the window cleaners. Yes, he's gone. He's now gone that side. Different chap has just gone that side. So, oh, you can see the ladder going round. Oh. I always used to be terrified of window cleaners when I was a little girl. My parents used to like leave the money out on the counter for the window cleaners, and then they'd come and I'd go and hide. I'd hide then and pretend I wasn't in them, and they had to come back later when my mum and dad were in to pay them. And all they had to do was open the door and go, thanks very much, and give them the money. But I was always terrified. This is not me, a little girl. By that I mean a grown-up teenager. Used to hide from the window cleaners because I was scared of them. Just irrationally. Anyway, this is at 6.75%. I started this on an absolute whim, and I really need to just put a little bit of stitching into it. So it's currently here, and I think I started this. I think I started here with this giraffe and went up, and then I found the dolphin, which I stitched, I think, completely in, and then I wanted to do the rainbow, so I went over the rainbow there, and then ooh, that's where we are currently. So I think today, because I have a needle joined on up in this corner, and I've only got 1 day stitch at this today. Today's the day for this one. My needle's here, so I think I'm going to finish off whatever's on my needle, and then I'm going to see how far away, oh god, miles, I am from, I was going to say from the corner. I'm a long way from the corner. I was just wondering whether I could find the corner and maybe start at the corner, but I'm quite a long way from the corner, so I'm going to do some rambly cross-country stitching today and see if I can head over that way. 1 day stitching, so maximum I'm going to get is about 1,000, but probably not even that many. It's only 1/2 8. I might get some good stitching in. I'm going to, when I finish this video, I'm going to cut out the fabric pieces, and then I'm going to get all those pressed, maybe get the zips put in. I'm going to try and make some progress here, and I will carry on with a little bit of stitching. So I'm going to put my stitches into the Amazing Animal Kingdom. I'm going to shelve the sea beacon for now, but I might well, don't be surprised if I don't get a little bit of magic up to 40%, because I think it's probably only going to be about 50 stitches I need to stitch on that. So that's a piece of nonsense to get that done. Right, I think that's all me for today. I'm off today. I'm going to go and meet Flora from school at 3 o'clock. I'm going to meet her in town at 3:15, and because she's flying to Spain on Saturday for the first time ever going abroad, not with me. I mean, at all, full stop, but she isn't going with me because I'm not going to Spain. She is going with the Air Cadets and is going on a hiking trip in Spain in November, the very end of October, for 5 days. It's been booked for a very, very long time. So yeah, that's what she's doing this week. So we're going to get the last few little bits and bobs she needs, and fingers crossed that all goes well. That'll be lovely for her. And then I've got Lizzie coming up next Wednesday for a couple of days, which is going to be lovely, and everything's fine really. So we're going to keep on trucking, and yeah, at least Lizzie can stay in Flora's bedroom because Flora's going to be away. So there's that. And I think that's me for right now. I'm going to make myself a hot cup of coffee. I currently have a cold cup of coffee. I'm going to make myself a hot cup of coffee. It's gone cold. It wasn't hot to start with. It was hot to start with. It wasn't a cold coffee. I'm going to make myself a hot cup of coffee and maybe a slice of toast. Window cleaners everywhere. And then I will, they're very distracting. And then I will cut out my fabric pieces, get them all pressed nicely, and I will get on with some stitching and watch a movie, I think. Right guys, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I am on a long late, so I'm on a 12:10 tomorrow, which is fine because it makes my hours up for the week. And so I will be back about the same time tomorrow morning with a new spin and progress on this, and let you know what's going on. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning guys. It is Friday, October the 25th. We've got 6 more days of spinning. I think I've got six more projects. I hope so. It's 8:20 in the morning. I've been avidly waiting for it to get light because I need to be in this room because I have got a little list of things I need to get done today before I leave for work. I've got to factor in going to the post office. I also need to get Flora some euros because she's going to Spain on Saturday, tomorrow. Oh my goodness, she's going to Spain tomorrow. And I need to get her an adapter plug so she can charge her phone. And so I need to get all my, I've got 2 Needleminder of the Months that were a little later than the others, so they need to get posted today. They will be posted today. And all my outstanding Etsy orders, apart from my pre-orders, still getting pre-orders. I had to go back to the fabric shop yesterday and buy more fabric because I had not bought enough, which is kind of wonderful. I did all the cutting out last night, so I spent a long time last night. We were just sitting in the living room watching the telly, so I just had my cutting board. My cutting mat is mounted on a big, thick, like, well, this thick piece of MDF, so it's on a nice hard board. and my ironing pad is on the other piece. It was just a piece I bought, cut in half, rounded the edges off, and one is an ironing pad and one is the cutting board, so I can have them on the coffee table. And I just got with the program and cut all the bags out. So I'm going to get my Etsy orders all packaged up and the customs forms processed, and then if I've got any more time extra this morning, I will get on and start stitching in zips, because I really want to get these things out of the way. Hope I got 8:20. I start at 12, so I need to leave by 11, so probably we're looking at 10:30 out. I've literally got 2 hours of time today. It's going to take me at least an hour to sort my Etsy orders, because I'm slow at it, because I double check everything and I want everything to look really lovely when it goes out. Okay, on with the show. So yesterday I actually did great guns stitching. Oh my goodness, I hadn't forgotten how delightful the stitching on. I mean, I do my treasure hunt bookshelf every month, but I've kind of got myself bogged into the Cinderella block that I was working on, what I've termed the Cinderella block. I'm going to move off somewhere else and do some new stitching on it, because I stitched on the Amazing Animal Kingdom yesterday, and oh, it was amazing. It was literally so much fun, and I battered in so many stitches. I literally did 1,448 stitches into it yesterday. I obviously didn't quite think I was going to make 1,500. I just stopped, and once I've stopped, I stopped. I'm taking it out of the Q-snap this morning simply because I'm using it for today's project. So yesterday I picked it up and I was on this colour here, and I said, oh, I wonder if I can get to the corner. Oh, corner's a long way away. So that was 3371, which was already on the needle. So I finished off that bit there, and then I cross-countryed over to the corner, and I'm one colour off finishing that first 10x10 block. I then picked a colour in the 10x10 and basically went in this area. That's all the colour of that colour there is. There's a very green, the top left corner is very green, and then there's gorillas, I think, along the bottom of this first, what is page 1 of the pattern. I don't stick to pages, obviously, but it's page 1 of the pattern. So now I've stitched on this. Obviously I want to keep it out and stitch on it all the time, but realistically I'm not going to do that. It will be on my Whip Go board, and it will be on my Whip Go board for probably a minimum of 1%, which on this piece is like 3,500 stitches, I think. Maybe even a little, might be 4,500 stitches. I've actually got it written down in this little book because I didn't write my stitches down, so I had to do some maths. Where? See beacon, blah blah blah. I think it's a 374,500. So yeah, it's 374,000 stitch piece. Anyway, I've taken it to 7.14. So from 675, I think. So I've done about 0.5%. Yeah, that tracks. I've done about 0.5% into it yesterday, which for not stitching on it for like at least 2 years isn't too bad at all. And that's there. Basically everything here I stitched yesterday. 20 count, 1 strand, exactly the same as my treasure hunt bookshelf, except the full piece is only going to be that size. Unlike my treasure hunt bookshelf, which I cannot fit into a whole screen. So I'm very pleased with my progress on that. It's going to get popped away, but it will be Whip Go next year. It will be on my Whip Go board for next year, and I will probably concentrate on this, essentially the first page of the pattern. I'm a cross-country stitcher, so if my threads go over the edge of the page, so be it. But I will look to try and get a really good stamp on this first page here when it comes up in my when it gets called. I did indeed put 30 stitches into this here, into the witch's leg in black here, which just brought this to exactly 4%, which is the Emma Congdon. So that was a whole 40 stitches, but that's all I was short. I really should have just put them in the night before. So 30 stitches took me to 40%. You can see how my poor brain couldn't process that. So there we go, that's that one over there. And then I did not put it, I think when I recorded yesterday morning, I'd already put 400 stitches into the sea beacon. I don't think I did any more. It's still got 400 stitches, and I'm rounding out this one at 26.06%, which I think is not too bad considering it was, again, hadn't stitched on it for well over a year, I think. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm just harvesting off my Q-snap there because I will be needing that tomorrow. There. So my sea beacon's going to be put away for now. Again, she will be on. She's got 3 needles in her, being a bit greedy. 3 needles, honestly. So today, with my 4 pieces that are left, which I've got the Renato Parolin trees that I started in Flossmas last year. I'm on the winter tree, and I've got 2 of the bugs. I believe it's the spider and the wasp that are still to spin. So I'm going to have my last couple of work days for this month. So I'll get a short stitch day tomorrow and a short stitch day on Sunday, and then I'm off work. So I will then add in the other piece during the week next week, and then I'm off work, so then I can finish off my 3 days of long stitch projects, the full coverage projects. So in actual fact, it's balanced out quite well with, I didn't count up, I just pulled 31 and put them on big and small and said, right, if I'm off work, I'll have a long, and if I'm at work, I'll have a short, i.e. a non-full coverage piece. Okay, so today, the fourth remaining short stitch day piece was Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, which I've already worked on quite a bit this year. Picked my block. I did not take a picture of it this morning because I didn't. I just grabbed it quickly and started stitching because I know I've got very little time today at home, and then once I'm at work I will just have my break, which will be like 50 stitches if I'm lucky. If I get a good trot, I'll wolf down my tea and hopefully get 50 odd stitches into it. And when I get home tonight, I'm probably going to be absolutely shattered. So that's all that's going to probably get done today. So what I do this morning now, what I've probably already done, is probably about going to be it. I'll do a little bit more probably, but not much. So this morning I've put this into it so far. I've finished off this bat here, which he was kind of a bit needed filling in. I picked up the border, came across the border and came down, and I just marked the corner of the neck of the block this side like I have down here, just so that I can use it as a counting marker if I choose to do this block next, or you know, when I do get round to that block. I'm trying to put my arm where it won't show. And then I came all the way down the side of the border, which was sort of to about there, I think. And then I've started on this little building, and that's where I am. And I think that's about 350 stitches. So we'll see how much more I can get done into that today, but it won't be that much. I've already done my address labels of everything I'm posting out today. Now I need to get into here, now it's light, and get my posting stuff out and get everything packaged up and ready to go. And then I might do some machining, try and get a couple of the zips in, and then I'll have to jump in the shower, and I'll need to go at about 10:30. As I say, I've got about 2 hours, so I'm not going to rabbit on too long today. I'm already talking quickly. I will see you tomorrow, probably about the same time, as soon as it gets light. I'm on a 12/7 tomorrow, so only a 7-hour shift. Really weird, odd time. And so I should get some good stitching in tomorrow. If I don't get a lot into Hawk Run today, I might lap it over into tomorrow as well, depending on what I spin tomorrow. I will see you in the morning, guys. Bye-bye. Morning, guys. It is Saturday, October the 26th, so we've only got 5 more days of October left now, and it's quite early. It's 8:20. I've been waiting for it to get light. I've considered this is light enough for me because I hear movement upstairs. The house is about to wake up. I've been up 2 hours now, and I have sat in the living room with my stitchy light on and stitched on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, because yesterday I got, I think, 474 stitches in, which for me for a day is not great, but I had a feeling yesterday was not going to be a big stitch day. I will have said yesterday morning, I was very anxious yesterday, kept thinking there was something I'd missed or something was about to happen, you know, that horrid feeling. Everything was fine. I had a long shift at work. It was fine. I got through it. I was on the floor the whole time, so I was standing up all but the half-hour break I got. So yeah, that was quite tiring. But I've got a 7-hour shift today. I'm 12/7 today, so that's fine. That's fine. So I've still got 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've still got like 2.5 hours before I need to leave for work, so that's fine. Well, probably nearer 3 actually. But it's Saturday and it takes longer to get through town on a Saturday, because where I tip out into town, you've got to drive through town. There's no way. Where my shop is really difficult. You have to drive on one of the major roads into town, whichever way you go in. So on a Saturday when it's busy, it's always takes a long time. In the mornings at 4:30 in the morning, I fly through in 20 minutes. It's no problem. I suspected a little bit. Life just walked downstairs, not mine. So I'm going to power on because she's reasonably oblivious at this time in the morning. She's not had a lot of sleep because up very late with very loud YouTube blaring out of her bedroom, which is apparently watching a little telly at midnight, you know. Anyway, so Flora goes to Spain. Flora leaves today to head down. She's flying tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be at work when she gets picked up. So I think that was a large amount. The acid's breaking in. I think that was a large amount of my anxious feeling yesterday. I did get all my Etsy posting done, apart from the Flossmas boxes, which obviously I'm not going to dispatch to Sheck because I haven't made them yet, but they will be dispatched hopefully by the 10th of November. So if you have pre-ordered, it will be showing overdue within a day or two, but I can't help that. Etsy will not let me change my dispatch times. It wants them dispatched within 2 working days or you're overdue. So it doesn't allow for life happening. I didn't actually look too deeply into it. I probably can change the dispatch for a pre-order, but it is what it is. And if you have bought one from me, you know you will get it, and I will obviously mention it in a floss tube that they have been posted and are on their ways. Okay, so Hawk Run Hollow. I'm now feeling stressed, like I need to get like the video boxed out of the way. Hawk Run Hollow yesterday, 474 I think, and then today I've put in another about 300 stitches this morning, so I'll show you where I am right now, and then I'm going to do a little bit more yet. I'm going to just finish off the colour I'm doing. So we've now got that house is missing one colour. It's missing 647, which I had with me at work yesterday, and I also took with me 918. So it's the 918 that I've concentrated on. So all of my 918 here is done, and I've just got one window and the edge of this and the side of this house, and then that's the 918 done. So I'm going to do at least that. I have made a mistake. This piece here is 1 stitch too short, which means all of this is 1 stitch too short. Yeah, it's not coming out. I'm just going to adjust the brickwork. Nobody will know, nobody will care. I certainly don't care, and I'm the only person that's going to know. So there should be 4 stitches in this gap, and there are 3, and there should be 4 stitches in this gap, and there are 3, and I don't care. So just a miscount this morning. Well, I did that yesterday. I did this bit yesterday, so that was just a little miscount yesterday. So I'm going to truck along with this and get a few more stitches into it, and then I will swap out for today. So I've done my spin for today, which is here, and I'm very pleased that it's come out as one of the bugs, because I now only have 2 projects on my short stitch wheel. I'll just grab that. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So that should have stopped spinning by now, and you can see that I've got spun the spider, which has been sat on by a cat. Very easy to tell because of the black Ada. So that is currently here, and I'll be taking this to 40%. 40, yes, 40%. It'll be somewhere hovering around the 20% mark. So we'll see how much of this I can get done. I assume I will get this to 40% today. I won't need to carry it over till tomorrow because it's not a lot of work in it really, I don't think. So I'll see how I get along with him. Right guys, I'm going to go and do a bit more stitching and I will see you this time tomorrow morning. No, I won't. I will see you early doors tomorrow morning. I'm on a 6-4 tomorrow, so I'll be up early doors. So I'll be spinning either the Wasp or Four Seasons Tree. Now I'm going to make a decision. I'm not going to spin my wheel tomorrow because I've only got a choice of 2, and because I'm at work I am going to stitch on my Wasp tomorrow, and then that leaves me my Four Seasons Trees, which has lots of all the threads, and it's a more I have to count pattern because it's little birds and branches and things. I'm going to stitch that one at home. So there's my decision for my last 3 days, because I'm down on my last 2 days because I'm down to 2 and it's an either and an or. And if I get the Four Seasons Trees, I'm going to be like, I don't really want to be stitching on that at work because it's a huge piece of fabric. It's the one I've started World of Books on. So it's a yard of fabric and I don't really want to take that to work and have that knocking around. So I will put this in my Q-snap, stitch on the spider today and stitch on the Wasp tomorrow, which leaves me one for next week. Right guys, I will see you later on. Bye. Morning guys, it is Sunday, my last shift for 7 days. So I'm going to have to just count the time down today because... Right, it is 8 minutes past 5 in the morning, but the clock's rolled in the night, rolled back. We've gone back to GMT from British summertime. So I've actually had an hour more sleep, which it doesn't feel like I've had an hour more sleep, but I have, apparently. So disconcertingly, the clock up on the wall is telling me it's 6:05, and I start work at 6, but I know it's 5:05. So okay day yesterday. Only had a 7-hour shift yesterday, which was quite nice actually. It was quite short. I was quite happy to go at 7 o'clock. Flora has left for Spain. She just messaged that she'd checked in for her flight, which goes in about 5, 6, 7, 2 hours. Her flight goes in 2 hours. She's flying to northern Spain and then walking, hiking down to a big city. I thought she was going to be away for 5 days. She's going to be away full 7 days. We don't pick her up till next Sunday. Anyway, so yesterday's stitching, I pulled the spider of my bugs and I said I'd get it to 40%. They were already at 40% and all the others are at 50%. Now the spider only has 3,000 stitches in it, so 384 stitches I put into it has taken it to about 53%, but there's nothing I could do about that much. That's the room upstairs moving around. That's Richard, it's fine. Equally, he's normally up and about by now going to work, so he's awake too. So I kept stitching on this yesterday just because it was what I had with me, and I sailed past 50 because it was like no stitches needed. So it's now here. So I filled in most of the body here and done all the twiddly stitches up these back legs, and I added that bit there. No, I added this bit here of his back leg, of his leg there, and that's taken him to 53 or something. So I'm going to move my Q-snap because I'm not spinning today. It was going to be an either or, and it would have come out, it would have come out as Renato Parolin. I know it because you can almost predict. I can predict what it's going to be because it's the one it's not that I didn't want the stitch on, but it's not the one I wanted to take with me to work. So I'm just going to go straight on today. I have my thread at the back of the work there. I'm just going to poke that through there. It's not the right place. Straight on with the one I'm going to work on today, which is the Wasp. This is left on my spinny board with Renato Parolin. So I'm just going to pop him on my Q-snap, ready for today. looks like I'm in the wings. So I'll take this one to at least 50% today and see how I go. And then that's all but one of my short stitch projects worked on. And I've just got Renato Parolin for one of the last days. There we go, when I'm off work, which I think I might just add him to the long stitch spin wheel day, because then at least it's fair for when he spins, because I feel a bit bad bumming him out, but it's a yard of fabric, so this is more manageable to put in my work bag. So, and it's my wheel and I get to decide. So wasp today, and we'll see what we get for tomorrow. Should be able to record in the light tomorrow, which will be nice because I am not working. Okay, it is now time for me to make my second cup of coffee and get in my car and head up the road, do my 10-hour shift, and then come home all happy because no more work for a week, which is, as you can see, I've now mentioned that I think 3 times, possibly 4, but it means I can get on and make my Flossmas things. That's this week's project, and I'm going to try and get November and December's Needleminder of the Month made this week, so I've got a lot of things to make this week, which is kind of cool. And that's that. I'm going to have a lovely time stitching and relaxing. We've decided this week's just for us to, because Richard's off too, just to relax and not be frantic with everything, because everything seems pretty frantic. Right, I will see you later, guys, and I think we're nearly ready to post this one. When did I post the last one? 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I will try and pop back today and wrap this video up to get it posted. If not, it'll be up tomorrow morning. Okay guys, I will see you tomorrow or later on today, depending on people distribution in the house. Bye bye. Good morning, my friends. This is Monday. It's 20 to 9 in the morning, and I've made it through and I'm off work. Yes, I have the next 7 days off work, which is my last piece of booked holiday for the year. We don't get time off over Christmas. Obviously, I work for a supermarket, so yeah, we're pretty busy over the Christmas period. We usually get to choose whether we work Christmas Eve or whether we work New Year's Eve. Last year I picked Christmas Eve to work, and I'll do the same because we mark a lot of stuff down on Christmas Eve, and I filled a whole trolley with unbelievably cheap food, so I'm probably going to do the same this year if I can. Right, so I'm off work, yay! And still got plenty to do this week, but I will be doing a lot of stitching this week, which I feel very good about. I have just put down what I've been stitching on, and I've got to go and find it now. Where did I put it? Oh, it's just here. It's just here. It's just there. Right. Okay. So yesterday, Sunday, was the Wasp, and I don't think I did a lot of stitching. I didn't think I was going to get a lot of stitching in. Obviously, I had a 10-hour shift yesterday. Yesterday, I actually only got 468 stitches in the whole day, which did take the Wasp to 51.03%. This morning, I have done a further 220 stitches after I got up waiting for Richard to get his kids up to drop his kids back. And so I've left it at 56.19. These will be slated for finishes next year. So that is the Wasp. Obviously, I've only worked in the wings. I've done quite a lot. I was just filling in here, and I just stopped when my thread ran out and everybody in the house was up and about. So I did quite a bit of this wing yesterday. It was getting very near the edge of my Q-snap. I did some terrible stitching yesterday in the dark. Oh, along here, can you see? I've tried to fix it with the stitches above, but there are some terrible cross stitches there. But you know what? I am not frogging out those terrible stitches, because there on a wall, honestly, it's neither here nor there. I'm looking at them going, oh my God, was I even looking at the holes? But you know what? Life's too short. It was dark, I was tired. The stitches are in, and they're staying in. There we go. So my wasp is at 56.19. So I did what I said I was going to do. I added my Renato Parolin trees, Seasons trees, into my long stitch wheel. 28, 29, 30, 31. So there was only 4 spins. There's only 4 spins left on it. And obviously when I get down to tomorrow will be one of 3, and then the day after that I'll find out what I'm essentially, that'll be it. That'll be me knowing what I'm stitching on for the last 2 days of the month. So today I've spun, obviously, and started my stitching, and I've spun here, and it came out as the Sycamore Gap, which is the Bothy Threads kit that I bought for some of my birthday money from my parents this year. It was a new start just after my birthday, and it was in my work bag for a few weeks, so I did a little bit here and there and here and there. And weirdly for me, because I don't normally, I am stitching on page 1. It's a paper pattern, and I'm just going to see if I can get page 1 done. And I think I'm well over halfway on page 1, so I'm wondering if I can get page 1 finished today. I changed the fabric out from the, I think, 14 count the kit came with to a piece of 18 count. It is nasty, 18 count, but nevertheless. But everything else, I'm using the kit threads. I just changed the fabric because I didn't want it in big chunky stitches for this piece. You know, I stitch on 28 count over 2 and 14 count huge Haid, so it's not that I won't use that count. I just didn't want to use that count for this piece. So it looked like this when I picked it out this morning. I took a photo, and I've only done about 120 stitches into it so far, but it's now looking like that. Now I think page 1 ends about here. So, and then obviously that is the edge of page 1 there. I think it's a 4-page pattern. That's the side of the hill. So at the moment I'm just filling in all this blue, and then I'm gonna come down and fill in all the blue because there's a big swathe of blue. So once I've I've bottomed it all here, and then I'll do the top line of it, and then I can just sit and fill it in while I'm watching some telly or something. So that's pretty good. So that's today's project. I'm going to see if I can get page 1 done. I think there's about 1,000 stitches in page 1, and as I'm off work and I'm literally at home today, I'm not doing anything else today except for just having a day of rest, really, which I think I really need. But there we go, that's today's. As this is the last video of this, I'll be posting this video probably by about lunchtime. I'll show you my treasure hunt bookshelf. I'm only at 0.42, I think, for the month, but whereas before I had my Q-snap for a very long time on the Cinderella square there. You can realistically see where I've literally just used within the Q-snap area. I've moved along there and put in some 823, and now I'm picking out some completely different colours because I just need something different. I need to do something different. I think I've got 300 on my needle there, so I'm going to show you that because I'm going to try and get some stitches into this as well to get nearer my percentage mark for the end of the month. And that's it. So what's left to say for this video? I hope you're still enjoying the spin thing. I've really enjoyed doing a different piece every day in October. It's not been a challenge because I actually had everything I needed all the time. You know, I managed to find out all the threads, the patterns. The only one I had a glitch with was with World of Books, which has been solved. And going forwards into November, I'll talk about that in my next video because obviously we've still got 3 days of October. So I will post a video early November to wrap up my, probably about the 1st or something, just to wrap up my spin thing month. And I probably won't show every piece again because obviously that's like a mini whip parade with 31 whips. Being very loud, what are you doing? Shush. Are you recording? So yeah, so I'll be back in early November and tell you what I'm going to do for November, which is nothing very goal orientated. I'm pretty much going to stitch on what I fancy, but I'll still come back and talk about that. because I'm not going to be back until we're into November. I'm only going to say it one more time about my Flossmas. The packs are listed in my Etsy shop. Thank you to the people who have already pre-ordered them. I'm very appreciative. This week is my making the box week, and hopefully by the end of this week, when I go back to work this time next week, I will already have been at work for 5 hours, so I'll be halfway through my shift. But by the time I go back to work next Monday, I'm hoping my boxes are ready for dispatch. So I'm just going to say, if you are interested in a box of my goodies, the orders are open on Etsy. I will be closing and I'll be taking the listing off in a few days, because I need to know my numbers, and it's not just something you can order in the middle of November and get a box, because I'm making reasonably specific numbers of things. So, but thank you very much if you have, and if you are interested, pop over to my Etsy shop. Just go onto the search bar and put in CraftieEmily, and you'll be able to see, or even Flossmas or something like that, and you'll probably see a whole range of other people's things as well, which is always nice to look at, nice little things you can have. It's being so loud. Well, are you literally putting cutlery away? Yeah. Oh God. I've shut the door. That may or may not be better. Sorry, he is unloading the dishwasher, which I know I should not complain about at all, because I don't touch the dishwasher at all. This is why I get so much stitching done. Anyway, yeah, so that's the last plug I'm going to do of it. If you're interested, pop along to my Etsy, sort of as you watch this video, and there may or may, hopefully, I'll probably wait until November, and then I'll pull the listings, because I need to know my numbers, sort of thing. Anyway, thank you so much to the people that have pre-ordered them. I am very, very appreciative, and hopefully as we go through Flossmas, you'll enjoy your little bits and pieces as you open them, or you might just open them all when they arrive. I don't know. Anyway, cool. So I think that's about it for my video, and yeah, I will see you in November when I finish my spin thing. I'm still going to make the clips every day, but they'll be on the beginning of the next video that you'll see in November. And I've had a really fun month, actually. I've done a lot of stitching. I have added up my stitching, because I have kept track of my stitching, and I am quietly amazed at how many stitches I've done, considering I've worked 4 or 5 days a week through the month. It's only these last 3 days of the month that I'm not working, and I'm fully expecting to bang out probably well over 1,000 stitches a day, unless life takes over. Tomorrow I've got my little boy. I've got a quiet day on Wednesday. Lizzie's arriving Wednesday night, and then Thursday I've got my little boy and Lizzie, so that's going to be wonderful for them. So Flora's in Spain. She landed safely. She messaged me that she was going to the hotel. She was safe in the hotel, and I've been probably assuming that right now she is walking. They are walking quite a big chunk, actually, along the. There's a certain trail. I'll find out from her what the trail is called that she's walking, but she flew almost to Portugal, so she's right in the northern coast, right next to Portugal is where she flew in, and they are in a big group walking together south, basically, and then at the end of the week they land in a big city and they'll fly home from there. And I'll get my little girlie back, which will be marvellous, actually, because it's really weird without her in the house. Over the weekend with the other kids here, it's not been so obvious that she isn't here, but yeah, I think as the week goes on I'm going to miss her more and more, but she'll be back on Sunday. Right guys, he's now putting the pans away on the hangy thing, so they're all clanking. I'm just going to go and get my video processed. I will see you in 4 or 5 days, just to do the wrap up for the October spin thing, give you my numbers for the month, and just do a check-in and let you know what I'm stitching on and what I fancy doing in November. December I have a very fixed plan for, so I'm just going to have a nice easy November, and I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you if you've taken the time to pop to my Etsy store. Oh, and thank you to the people who are following Maddie on Instagram. She is Fiend of the Fell, and she's posting her paintings on there. Just pictures. It's just pretty pictures to look at. She did a thing called Calmtober, I think, where she's done a little picture every other day for prompts. And yeah, I will again link her Instagram, and it's literally, if you use Instagram, it's just her posting her paintings up, that's all, just to look at. It's nothing, it doesn't require any interaction or anything other than maybe giving her a little heart for her very, very pretty pictures. Right guys, I will see you in a few days. Thanks for watching me. Bye bye.